Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to Mullin It Over here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins live in Studio Squared. We're in the back room again, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I've got a couple things to talk about here. I got a special guest in studio, but first, before we get to that, make sure if you're tuning in, if you're live with us here, share the video, folks. Help us out. It's just one click, actually 2 clicks, but it's really easy. It takes 2 seconds. It helps us spread the word to more people than you know. So please help us out. Share the video, like, follow, subscribe on all of our platforms. Once again, I'm live in studio. I've got Greg Kinn, the wizard, on the ones and twos, keeping us live. And we have a special guest joining us in studio today. You guys are in for a treat today. We got a magic show. Chris Leyden, right? Leyden. Man, I even asked you before we went live, and I still butchered it. I'm bad with names.
You should hear me when I have to say it over the phone and try to spell it.
Yeah?
Yep, they can't understand me.
So, Chris, man, you and I have crossed paths a few times in town here. I work at Madison's. I'm a server. You and your significant other have been into Madison's a few times. It's kind of a stopping point for you on your journey at some time, you know, during the day sometimes. So I've seen you a few times. We've talked a few times, and I've seen just a few of your tricks here and there. And I'm like, this guy's really interesting. Not just the magic part, but you yourself. You know, we've had a few conversations in the past, and I consider you to be a pretty interesting person, and that's what this is all about. I like to broadcast interesting people and help you spread your message and get your word out there, what you're trying to do. Absolutely.
I've been in Tiffin for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And the first time I came here, I put in the directions to the MapQuest. And as soon as I put it in, it said, why? Why do you want to go to Tiffin? So I thought it was a mistake, you know, technical glitch. Saying it's already stuff coming out.
Glitch.
It's always a glitch. So I put it in again, and it said, are you relocating for witness protection? So here I am here in Tiffin 3 years later, and absolutely love it.
So what brought you here? Why? Like, I got to know why, because MapQuest asked you why, so I got to ask him.
Who
what's
ends
the
up
reason?
in Tiffin just on a whim?
Yeah.
My wife, she was here already and finishing up some schooling and internship, and we hit it off, and we met a couple times, and it was just like, okay, well, Tiffin, here I come.
There you go. Nice. So you have kind of developed an act, I guess, over the years of you kind of working your magic and trying to learn tricks of the trade. And that has led you to putting yourself out there and doing shows recently, right? You've been doing shows at different places. What places do you do shows at?
I've performed at the Elmwood or Shawn down here in Tiffin. I've performed at the Elmwood in Fremont. Performed at the Kiwanis Manor here in Tiffin, and I perform at Denny's practically every Tuesday unless I'm touring or doing lectures.
Okay, so you are at Denny's, so it's like you're the resident musician or magician.
I can be a musician as well.
Yeah?
Oh yes.
Nice.
And I can sing.
Because like Vegas has their resident musicians. You're the resident magician at Denny's in Tiffin.
Absolutely. The general manager there saw me doing some tricks for some of the waitresses, and he's like, can you come in? I said, perfect. Yes, absolutely.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. So do you have like a gathered, maybe a following that maybe comes in every Tuesday to see? There's a couple of people that they come in now that they know you're there. They're coming in every Tuesday?
Absolutely. So on Tuesdays, kids eat free under 12.
Oh, there's your audience right there. That's
right. It's
built-in audience.
right down perfect. I mean, if it's kids or older generation, that's my picked audience. Obviously, people within my age and all that, all ages will enjoy the illusions, the effects, my jokes, and like I said, I've been doing this for years. I started out in the Marines learning how to shuffle cards and throw cards in the hat, and just moved on from there.
So it's been something that kind of has followed you throughout your life, and now you're at the point where it's like, all right, I got to accept this. This is who I am,
Yes. I enjoy manipulating objects and
optics.
Fiber optics. So when I finally started putting it to use, and when I got out of the Marines, by the way, that's why they wanted me in the Marines. I got good at making things disappear. So
Well, there you go.
It brought any further. So I started performing in South Carolina and started busking, and that is not an easy job.
Yeah, busking is not an easy job whatsoever.
Absolutely not. So
People are unforgiving. I'll just say that. People are unforgiving.
oh, I've met quite some characters in busking. One of my favorite guys that he busks. He's also on YouTube. His name's Doug Kahn. He's influenced my magic. He's given me pointers, tips. Another favorite of mine is Richard Turner. He's blind, and he shuffles cards beyond measure, beautifully.
Blind.
He is also rode a motorcycle blind while his deaf friend was telling him which way to go. So
Well,
check him out, Richard Turner, man. He's
There
a
you
character.
go.
He's awesome. Another one of my favorites that I follow on YouTube. His name's Reese Nivo, and he does these just great magic effects that are elongated into where he decorates, and it's really cool to see him do that. And I also have done with Juan Tamariz. He's a Spanish magician, and what he likes to do is do verbal magic.
okay.
And I don't know if you've ever heard that.
I just now did.
Oh, perfect. So I got to take some things out. If you at home have some cards, please get some. I'm going to give Nate some cards. They don't matter. It doesn't matter what they are. There's nothing special about them. I got a Joker and a 5 and a 10.
Oh, do I get to show you? Should I show you?
Oh, you can.
Hey, look
I
at
would
that.
win. I got a pair.
Oh, three
I
of a
guess he
kind.
has a flush.
Three of a
technically.
kind.
So what we're going to do is we're going to just give the cards a mix. And if you don't have cards at home, that's fine. You can go back to this post later, right? And do this trick.
All right.
So once you mix them up, go ahead and face them face down and give them another mix. That's great. And like in school, when the teacher says, when you're done, look at me. I'm going to have Nate look at me. Do you feel like they're shuffled enough?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. We're gonna start with bending the cards one way.
All right, bend them in half
Bend
like
them
this.
in half.
Ooh, can't do that. All right. Now, let's mix them up again. I don't want to get... There we go. All right, now we're going to bend them in half.
I'm gonna work ahead of you so I
Okay.
can get this
Bent.
started. Go ahead and bend them.
So bend them back the other way?
Bend them like this. Bend them back the other. Whoa! See, we got flying cards. Oh!
I thought you said these were magic cards, not flying cards.
I had the rubber band attached to it. If you didn't see it,
Yeah, you did. They were flying everywhere. All right.
I didn't do it. I didn't
Sorry
do
about
it.
that.
So once you have them fairly bent,
Okay, they're bent pretty good.
what we're doing is we're weakening the bond that these cards have.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to just tear those
Okay.
into a what I call half of halves.
Half of halves.
Half of halves.
Got that?
So
Got
you
that.
have two little packets here. It doesn't matter which packet you already got it started. So go ahead and put one half on top of the other,
Okay.
like so.
Got it.
And we're going to mix these cards up. We can take 1, 2, or 3 and take those top cards and put them on the bottom.
Okay.
Perfect.
Got it.
Perfect. You can do that one more time for me. You at home as well?
All right. You got this at home? Are we playing along?
If you're not,
If you
can
have
go-
cards that you want to waste, just 4.
you
Use the rule cards and the jokers, whatever.
exactly.
There you go.
When you open up a brand new deck of cards, if you didn't know this, they get the jokers, they get the rules. They also have a bicycle advertisement. So now at this point, we're going to take 3 cards and put those as close to the middle as you can. The top 3 cards, and put those close to the middle as you can.
Okay. You did that. Got it.
And since you do not have a table, what I'm going to ask you to do is take a piece of card. You can put it in your pocket. You can put it underneath your leg.
Just doesn't
take
matter
the-
which one.
Take
the
the
top one.
card
Top card.
and put it underneath your leg.
Put it underneath my leg here. All right. That's under there.
It's going to stay warm right there.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Nice and warm.
So now we have 6 cards. What we're going to do is take.
I got 7. How'd you get
You got
6?
7? Oh, I do have 7. See,
Okay.
I'm already trying to
All
go
right.
fast.
Uh-huh.
So let's take 3 of those
Okay.
and put those as close to the middle as you can.
All right. 3 of the top ones.
Yes.
And then we'll put those in the middle. All right. Got it.
Excellent. All right. So the next part of this trick is to take the top card and exchange it with someone. If you don't have anybody to exchange with, that's fine. You can just take the top card, hold on to it, and put it in the middle. So I'm going to exchange with Nate here. We're going to take that card and put it somewhere close
In the middle?
to the middle.
All right, in the middle. There we go.
You're a pro at this. Have you done this trick before?
No, first time. There's a first for everything.
There is. Absolutely. We're going to take another top card and why not? We'll just put that in the middle.
Yeah, just put that one in there.
Put that in the middle.
Yep,
Don't have to exchange it.
All right.
And
that's in the middle.
This is one of my favorite parts because I get to make a mess.
Okay.
Take 1, 2, or even 3 cards off the top and throw them away. Perfect.
Okay.
See, it gets better.
Yep.
We're on Thursday, right?
Yes.
So this is Thursday. So we're going to start with Friday and putting that to the bottom.
Friday's on the bottom.
Saturday, putting that on the bottom.
Saturday's on the bottom.
Sunday.
Okay, Sunday. We don't want Sunday. Get that out of here.
Monday.
Mondays are bad.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Nope, no Wednesday.
How about a Thursday?
We can put that on the bottom.
Put that on the bottom.
Yeah, that's all right. Thursday's
We'll
on the
end
bottom.
on Thursday. It's a good note.
All right.
I'm here. Nate's here.
We're
the
here.
Wizard's back there. So we're good.
Here. We're here. We're good.
And do you know the old rhyme? Well, I guess it's not really a rhyme per se. As you take the top card and you say, loves me, and put it to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and do that.
Loves
the next
me,
one
yeah.
is loves me not, and you throw it away. Loves me not. Oh, I put that, down there. And you're going to continue this till you have one piece left. You have one piece left.
Yes.
And you have a piece underneath, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's hope that your Thursday is going as good as mine. And what will happen is your piece should match with...
Get the fuck out of here. That's crazy. That's awesome. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss there, but that was great. There you go. It just proves that was real. Like, I didn't expect that to happen at all. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Hey, give me some. That was great.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
All right. So if you want to waste some cards at home, that was fun.
I
me with that
suggest going to the dollar store. You can pick up a cheap deck of cards. I don't normally tear up bicycle cards, but, you can.
You can. Wouldn't recommend it, but you can.
If you got the money to spare, go right ahead.
The bicycle ones are the good ones. Those are the ones that shuffle the best, I feel.
I have over 100 decks of cards.
Yeah?
And right now, I think the deck of cards that I like the most are the Bicycle Gold Seal.
Ooh.
They're a little bit more pricey, but they feel great when you shuffle them. I like table shuffling. How many ways do you know how to shuffle?
It's been a long time since I shuffled. I used to play euchre, speed, spades a lot when I was younger, but I have not played cards in a long time. It's been too long.
Well, this begins with one of my favorites. It works great for television, and I don't know if we saw. Did we see this card here?
Yeah, we'll see it.
Everybody see it? It's
Yep.
5 of diamonds. This is the optical illusion. If I shake the card, right, it's blurry.
Right. Yep.
It's blurry. But if I slow it down, what happens is it sticks with you.
All right, that messed me up.
It sticks.
My eyes do not. I'm not used to seeing things blurry, so that kind of messed me up.
Trust me, how do you think I feel every day when I'm looking at my cards? But again, if I shake the card, shaking the card, and then slowly stop, it'll fix itself.
No kidding.
That's the one way to do it.
That's pretty cool.
The other way to do it is if you take, let's say we take the 9 of spades, right?
9 of spades.
9 of
Yep.
spades.
Yep.
And if we try this very hardly, we can try it, and there's a break in the cards. If I bend them like this, they'll break.
If I didn't just see that with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it, but I
don't know if you got to see that from the top view.
Wow. That was pretty crazy.
Here, we'll go ahead and do that again. Oh, here we go. Like so.
Huh.
You can keep that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. No, I can't do that. No, it don't work for that. Yeah.
That's all right. Here, you want a tissue?
Yeah.
No. There, we'll do it. Get that out of the way. Oh. So.
Too many sticks around here. Popping up everywhere.
I usually tell people that one of my favorite tricks to do is an ace trick.
Okay.
But for now, I'm gonna start off with this trick. It's a pick a card trick.
Pick a card.
Pick a card. I mean, you can't be a magician. Well, I guess you could be a magician and not do pick a card. So here, go ahead, and I want this to be as free as possible. So go, wherever you want it. Perfect. You got it?
I got it. I see
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Here, go ahead and put that right back in there. Perfect. And what I want to do here is try to get your card. I can shuffle them. Get this out of the way as well. I didn't bring the box or my bucket.
I'm watching you.
So shuffling cards is a kind of a masterful thing. If I can cut the cards, a little slow here, like that. Pretty fancy cut, isn't it?
Yeah.
Call that the flying three-way.
Okay.
Courtesy of Richard Turner. Just tell me when to stop, and as I go across, just tell me when to stop, and I'm going to put my finger down right here.
Yep.
Okay. Do you want this card or the one on the other side or the one in the middle?
The first one.
This one.
Nope.
Oh,
First
this one.
Yep, that one.
Okay, perfect. If everything works out perfectly, I should have your card. Should.
Stop. Stop.
You saw me shuffle the card.
I did. And then how would I know where the hell the thing was?
Well, the cards work in their favor, usually.
That's pretty cool.
That's
pretty cool, man.
Thank you. When you learn how to shuffle, that's probably the hardest thing to do.
Okay.
Because most people, what I call is a crunch shuffle, and that's not a very good crunch shuffle. As you can tell, I mostly shuffle on a table, and we'll just shuffle them up some more, give them a mix. Do you feel like they're mixed?
Yeah, they got a good mix going on.
They're pretty. They're all different.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Again, I'm going to just have you tell me when to stop, and we're going to select a card.
All right. So
We can spread them out a little bit more. And I'll go
stop.
right here.
Yep.
Okay. If you got the card, I don't want to look at it. Don't tell me what it is.
I got it.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll shuffle them up some more. Not as fine as it should be, but if I can work this just right, we'll give them another mix, and right about there should be about 27, 24 cards, 25 maybe.
Okay.
26 and 26 is perfectly in half.
All right.
But I would say one of these is heavier than the other. And I think it's this one. I think it's this one. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 26, 27.
There you go. Pretty damn close.
Pretty damn close. But I figured out which one was heavier. That's the best part. The other part is this should be your card right here.
Which one?
Is the Jack of Clubs your card?
No.
No. See, I usually get this wrong on the first try. None of those cards. Let's see here.
Nope.
Not the Eight of Diamonds.
None of those.
Ooh. So none of those cards were yours.
Nope.
Okay. So what we're going to do at this point, it must have been, was it red or black? Probably red.
There's a red
It
one.
was a red card. Let's do this. Let's get some more cards out of the way. None of those cards were yours.
No, none of those.
Perfect. We're getting closer to
We're getting close. Yeah, we're getting there.
end.
We're getting there.
Well, how about No. Ooh. Let's see. Any of those?
No.
See? We're good. Your card. You said it was a red card. Black card. Red card, black card. 6 of diamonds in a black set.
It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
At first, I'm like, is he really just going to like, no? And I'm like, oh, I see what's going on here.
Usually it gets down to the very last trick, and it's that's where you end up at. So,
Got a few more tricks up your sleeve?
as always. So, if you're just going out and about, and you happen to come across someone in a store doing, I don't know, it could be anything. Could be them having a coin in their hand, or it could be them doing a dollar bill trick because they're going to pay for their supplies, right?
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this coin, and I want you to hold my wrist.
Okay.
Hold my wrist as best you can.
Like
there,
that?
Right there is fine. Perfect. So if the coin's here, what's going to happen is I'm going to turn my hand like this and go, gone.
Okay.
It goes somewhere. You can let go of my wrist now. I don't want to go home with you tonight.
I don't know what's going on there.
It goes somewhere. Oh, wait. No, it's in here. It's all the way to that little pocket right here.
I'll be damned.
It happens so quick because it goes up the sleeve, into the pocket, and out through the hand. If it tries, you try it very fast. Here, I'll give you a coin, and I'll have a coin. Where's my coin?
I took your coin.
He took the coin. I thought I had an extra one. Apparently not. Well, you have the one coin. Okay, so we take this one coin, place it in the hand, and what happens is it'll travel, right? It'll travel from here to there.
That's pretty neat, man. I like that.
Thank you so much. You know, if people ask me what I get ready for, when I get ready for tricks, I tell them that I take several things with me. As you can tell, I had a candle come out of my pocket.
You got a goodie bag.
Yes, the jacket works well for these situations. They work very well.
Now, is that a smoker's jacket or just a...
This is a jacket I got at Jack's in Toledo.
It's a really nice jacket.
Thank you.
Very nice.
I got a pair of pants to go with it, but I did not wear them tonight.
Okay.
Jack's is a wonderful place. If you want to get a suit, go to Jack's. And at this point, we're gonna do another little trick that involves you stopping me. Say stop whenever.
Stop.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna set that card aside, and use an elastic. So, does it seem like a real elastic?
Yeah.
Could you shoot your eye out with that?
Oh, yeah.
Have you done that before?
That's real.
All right. It's real, folks. We're going to take that rubber band and wrap it around.
Okay.
This is the part that I love looking at because it just looks so nice. But you know how elastics are. They tend to weaken, right? And break. So if it breaks, that's okay. If I lose it, that's okay as well because it usually will go to the middle or somewhere in the deck of cards. And by pulling on the rubber band, I can pull out 3 cards.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. What do we have? Ah, an ace. Might have an ace up my sleeve as well. We have what didn't happen to be another ace, but there's 2 aces. Maybe we get a third out of that.
Huh. Wanted to take a lady with him.
Absolutely. Well, there's no such thing as 5 of a kind, right? So
Right.
you got to have those few. So, as you can tell, I've used quite a few cards, right?
Yeah.
Used different decks for different things. And one of my all-time favorites, don't know where I learned this from, but I do know that I saw the people dealing from the bottom when they showed me this trick. And it starts off with the red cards on top of the dark cards. And dealing from the bottom, you get the first ace, which is the ace of spades, and you deal that down. And again, you deal from the bottom, like so. And deal the top card off. So that's, in essence, that's the dark cards, black cards, and these are the red cards.
Yeah. Should be.
Well, what happens is if I do this right, I don't want to necessarily put them too close, but the red cards ends up here, and the ace of spades and ace of clubs end up right there. You're probably asking yourself, do it again.
Now, like, I'm one of those people that I try to watch magicians when I see them do tricks. Like, I see that. I see your sleight of hand. Bro, there's a camera on this guy, and he's still got me multiple times so far. So
this, well, usually I'll have people ask me, will you do that again? Or how'd you do that?
Yeah.
And I love it when they ask me how'd I do that. You know why? Ask me how I did that.
How'd you do that?
Don't ask me that. That's a trick question.
That's great. I like that.
Thank you.
I'm all about dad jokes for sure. And that's like right in the realm of dad joke.
Right on the verge.
Yeah. Magician jokes and dad jokes go hand in hand, I think.
Oh, what was the last one that I heard? I don't know if this is a dad joke or what, but how do you have a planet or how do you have a party in space?
Well, you just gave it away.
I know. I just said it. Planet. Hashtag Chris V, by the way. I do this again. I always.
How do people find you on social media? If they're looking for you on social media and they want to find you, they want to follow you, they want to figure out where you're going next.
The best place to find me is Chris Leyden. That's Chris and then Leyden.
Now you know why I said Leyden instead of Leyden.
After the Leyden Scrolls, my family went with the first name that they gave me, and I had to adjust that name a little bit.
Yeah.
For my cards, it was VD, and I would say, "Hey, it's me, Chris VD." Then I started off with Chris V. Then I was like, "Hey, it's me, VD," and
that doesn't go over well with some audiences.
Not quite. So I had to readjust, and so I started off with this trick, starting with saying, okay, well, you saw the red cards, the black cards, okay, but this time I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna still deal from the bottom, but instead, I want to make this as fair as possible. Is this the second card?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
We're gonna set that down, and again, dealing from the bottom, it's ace.
Yeah.
They're all aces, and we're gonna take the second card again. Is that the second card?
That looks like the second card in that
series.
I mean,
between the three, there's 2 or 1, right? So the second card is the red card because the black cards are on the bottom, and I deal from the bottom. So the second card is the red, but
how? Done.
So
that's pretty neat, man.
Yes.
Very well done. I like it.
But everything's not quite always as it seems. You know, I carry around I carry around so many different things with me and have this knowledge up in my head. And when I was preparing for this, it was kind of difficult. But I was like, oh, I'm going to do a trick that everybody can participate in, and you're going to tear cards. I even brought cards in here for you. Mm-hmm. Threw them on the floor.
Yeah, they're all over the floor.
In the midst of all that, I'll clean it up.
No worries. No worries.
So, again, we'll do a fair card trick. This is even more fair than it can be.
Okay.
Here, you go ahead and give those a shuffle.
All right.
I usually ask people how many ways did they know how to shuffle, and 9 times out of 10 they know 1.
That's it.
So, not saying that you don't know any, but if you do know some other shuffles, hey, great.
And that's,
Well, you were throwing cards around earlier, and of course I threw around a couple as well. So
how I like to do things. Let me try one more time here.
beautiful,
There we go. They're
That
nice
was-
and shuffled up.
nice, almost unshuffled.
I shuffled them so much I unshuffled them.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's another little magician's secret, unshuffling the cards. I'll give him another shuffle now. I tell you what, go ahead and take a card out of there.
Anywhere?
Anywhere. You can even look at the card and take it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a sip of water now.
All right. I got it. What do I do with it? Hold it.
Yeah, hold on to it and hand me the deck, please.
There you go.
Okay. So at this point, you shuffle the cards. I shuffled them again, but you picked a card.
I did.
Go ahead and put your card right there. Can you do me a favor and recall how many times you shuffled?
4.
4. Perfect. If I said your card came to the top, would that be fair?
Would it be fair?
Would it be fair? Was that your card?
No.
I'll try a second deal.
Okay.
Was that your card?
We'll see. I don't know.
I love the look.
I think so. I'm pretty sure that was it.
You're pretty sure that was it?
I'm pretty sure.
That's good.
Let me check the camera. Greg, replay. No, I'm just playing.
Instant replay, please, tonight, folks. Okay. I'll tell you what. We'll just keep that card as your card. Here, go ahead and shuffle them up again.
All right.
This is intermission.
I've had like 5 cards now, so I'm like, they're starting to swirl together. I'm like, all right, which one was my card? Was it the one from the last trick? No, that wasn't it. No. All right. There we go.
You got it?
Got it.
All right. We're going to use that paper clip later.
Okay.
All right. Your card, it's just a natural thing that I like doing. I like giving the cards a cut and shuffling them around. I'll sit in my room and just shuffle them as much as I can, try to get them as beautiful as I can. There's a shuffle called a Pharaoh shuffle. It's a game. Don't know any more than that. Don't know how to play the game. These guys used to have boxes for this game called a Pharaoh box, and they would shuffle them in a box so nobody could see the cards coming out. And the Pharaoh shuffle was interlaced one by one each time. So if you were able to do that, and if I was able to do that, we'd be doing great. That's not the 5 of spades. But
Well, what do you know?
it was a 5 that I turned over on the bottom, but it wasn't a 5 of spades. So there it is. You just keep on shuffling the cards, and eventually you'll get to that point.
Eventually. See,
If
folks at home, just keep shuffling them, and eventually.
And I taught you a magic trick already. You can go back and watch this video from the beginning and do the tearing of the cards. But I'm going to teach you another trick.
Okay.
This trick involves so much thought process that you'll get it eventually.
Maybe. We'll see. Thought? I don't know.
What I like to do is tell people you take the bottom card and you turn it over.
Okay.
So then you have this little situation right here. It's a great situation because once you spread the cards, they pick a card, right? As they're looking at the card, you turn the cards over and put it somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
Here's the tricky part. The tricky part is getting back to the situation of where you can show the cards cleanly and fairly. And I usually give them a turn, like so. And then the card turns upside down. So again, to recap on this, I like teaching a magic trick. It's always nice because some people might think to yourselves that, oh, he's just doing this and he enjoys doing it. But I'm going to teach you something that you can take home. You can go to your grandkids, your kids, even those that aren't watching, and do this trick anywhere, anytime. And again, you turn over that card on the bottom like this. And then you spread through the cards, and as they pick that card, you put the cards back, and you just give them a flip. As they're looking at the card, it's great because no eyes are on you. They're looking at their card. They're showing it around. And then putting it in the middle, not necessarily like this because
You're
you'll
going to
show the
show them
cards.
everything. Yep.
But if you put it in there nice and square, I mean, it's pretty fair. And then comes the maneuver of turning that card around. So you're at this situation. See? Well, you can take the cards behind your back. I'm not going to do that right now, but you can take the cards behind your back. Take that card you got to know where your orientation is on these cards. So you take that card and you just flip it over. However you want to flip it over. That's my fancy way of doing it. You also have this way. That's even more fancy.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised I got that on the first try.
I like that.
But then you get this nice little presentation of where one card is face up.
Huh. So there you go.
If you
Now you know how it's done.
Yeah. That is one of the first tricks that I actually learned. How are we looking on time?
Oh, we're looking great, man.
Okay, perfect. So how long have you been married?
So this July, it'll be 4 years.
Congratulations.
We've been together for about 14 now, so.
Did you go to high school together?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Is
Love at first sight kind of thing.
Nice.
Yep,
I like those situations.
for sure.
So, did you meet here in Tiffin?
Yeah,
Okay, awesome.
at the place I work.
Did you wear your server for her?
No, honestly, before it became a restaurant, it was more of a bar, and I used to go out karaoke singing a lot. And she was out singing with some people, and I happened to notice her, and obviously my eye was caught. Like wow, who's this beautiful woman over here? And just had to introduce myself and talk to her for a little bit, and then we became friends. We were friends for a little while, and then started to date.
Did you introduce yourself as Mr. Broom? Hey, baby, I'll sweep the floor with you.
No, I did not.
Oh, well, okay. So you've known each other for about 14 years and been together or been married for 4.
Okay.
And have you ever found yourself in a situation where you have lost your wedding band?
No, because luckily they're silicone, so they stay pretty. Stays pretty.
You don't take it off for
Stays put.
any reason?
Honestly, not really. I mean, when I wash my hands, I just kind of move it and then move it back. You know.
My wife's probably sitting there grinning right now because I like to take my ring off, and it's not for any purposes of other than washing my hands or what I like to do is I get a little warm up and roll the ring through my fingers.
Yeah.
Little show of dexterity, folks. But the thing is, I've lost this, not this exact ring. I've lost the ring that I have. It's made of carbon. Here, you can check it out. It's
pretty
very
cool.
light. It's made of a substance that 90% of everything is made of.
I like that.
And it glows in the dark, which is great because if I lose it, well, technically, if I lose it, which I've lost it about 5 times. Sometimes I found it in my pocket. Sometimes I found it on the ground. The last time I lost this ring, I was at the lake and I put the ring in my little zipper pocket, little change pocket, and didn't zip it up.
Yeah.
So gone. So luckily for me, I've devised a way to make sure that if it becomes a habit, and what I mean by habit is when I remove the ring. Did you catch that? I don't know if anybody catches that, but here you can look at it from right there. It goes through the finger.
Yeah.
It's
That was kind of creepy, honestly.
It's the new way. So what I like to do is when I hold on to the ring, I tell people, here, hold on to my keys because if I lose it again, close it up tight. And if I lose the ring, I can't go home. So I don't have to worry about that. So I take the ring and melt it into nothing. At this point, it didn't hit the floor. We know that. It would make a sound, I think. But you're holding on to my keys, and I don't want you to go to my house, so if I can.
Now, how to get on the damn key ring is my question. Like, okay, whatever. He might have slipped it in his hand and put it with the keys and handed me the keys, whatever. That's fine. How the hell to get on a damn key ring? Like, you can't do that.
Defy laws of nature is what
That's good, man. That's really good. I like that. I like that.
It's what am I, like I said, when you go out in public and you tend to drop your ring several times, well, you got to devise a way to not drop the ring or make it come back. So that's
Right.
what I do. And
It's like a dog. It just tends to follow you back.
Danner agrees. Oh, he's not going to show up.
Oh, because he's yellow.
He's yellow. Hello.
We had that problem with, we had a murder banana on.
He's mad because he can't show up on TV, but that's okay. We'll get him. I gotta get him a suit.
Yeah.
He needs a suit.
He needs a jacket like you. A nice jacket.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think there's a seamstress here in town that
I bet they make animal clothing that's small enough to fit. You know, because there's dogs that are really tiny. You know, like one of those little really small like teacup dogs. You know, you know what I'm saying?
You remind me of 20 ounce. You're talking about 20 ounce. That's his name. My friends have this. I don't know. It's a little bitty dog, and it's 20 ounces of. That's what it looks like. Put a Budweiser can on it, and it's 20 ounces. So, yeah, you saw the paper clip. I actually have another one right here.
Yeah.
What I'd like you to do is straighten that out as best you can.
Okay.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to try to figure out what my next move is because, you know, sometimes you can make a mistake. I think his first card, you're going to find a little treat left for you, I'm sure. Don't poo on the floor. If you've ever straightened out a paper clip, you would know that it is not the easiest thing to do. I'm going to put the red with the blue. Why not? Be a rebel today.
Yeah, that's about as good as I can get it, I think. There we go.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Whoop, whoop.
oh.
That's part of the trick.
Don't worry, folks. I'm a trained professional. You straighten this out.
Yeah.
Okay. What I would like you to do is think about this being bent.
What? Okay.
Telekinesis.
Telekinesis, he says.
Telekinesis. I mean, it's not easy to bend this. You know, once you get it as close to straight as you can, that's pretty much it. So, and you had it perfectly.
It's pretty close.
I mean, I sit there and try to straighten it out. I mean, it just keeps twisting on you. So there's that. But
what do you got here?
are you?
I'm not. I don't know if I play these games. I don't know.
I thought it'd be a fun little thing that we could try.
Where's this headed?
You're a strong man. Here, hold on to that.
All right.
Go ahead and stretch it. Look for black holes, magnets, anything. I'm glad the rope shows up at least. All right. So then we have a medium rope, we have a short rope, and I'm just going to turn that like that. And here, I'll go ahead. Here, you check this rope out. I'll trade with you.
You want that one?
I'll
The
take
short
this
one?
Yeah.
Okay. This one's good. Yep. This is a rope.
Good. All right.
Seems to be pretty ropey.
I mean, a rope is a rope, right?
A rope is a rope is a rope.
As close as you can. Have you ever played around with rope? Like tied knots? You ever, had people tie you up and see if you could escape?
No, I haven't.
No?
And I don't know. To me, sometimes when I see that, I'm like, I know there's people that get into that kind of stuff, but
It must have been
I want to know
just-
why. Like, I don't know.
It must have been just because I was bullied. I thought it was. I thought
you
game.
get enjoyment out of it. Some people actually get enjoyment out of it,
Hell, I thought it was a game. I'm like, okay, I can escape from this, and
Right?
I did. Houdini was an escape artist.
Yes, he was.
Most people think that he was a magician, and he kind of was. Little known fact about Houdini: Did you know he was killed on stage?
I did not.
He was killed on stage. He had this claim that he could take a punch from anybody.
Now, I knew this story, but I didn't know that happened on stage. I thought that happened because he wasn't prepared for the hit.
Oh, he definitely was not prepared for it. They caught him off guard.
Yeah.
And the show must go on. He still performed. He went to the hospital later that evening and died from appendicitis.
That's awful.
Oof. Don't tell people you can take a punch, folks. That's what we've learned.
Yeah. Well, then you have everybody and their brother lining up to throw a punch.
Absolutely. And then he also made a claim that you could show him a trick 3 times and he would figure it out. And he was actually fooled by one of my favorites. That rope stretches.
Wait a second. They were all different lengths. Now, what the hell's going on here?
Well, 1 becomes 2, or 2 becomes 1.
Wait, so you had 3 ropes there, Dean. What happened?
Are you catching up?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you take the rope, and I don't have scissors with me. Karate chop 1. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't.
It didn't work this time. That's all right. Okay, so we'll start over. Go with that 1.
Okay.
And
like that?
So then, yeah, perfect. Here, go ahead and hold those ends for me.
All
He
right.
holds the ends. And
What just happened? I'm going to watch this back and go, what the hell?
live performance, folks. So then you have the ring of rope. It's the perfect subterfuge. Here, I'll take the little ends back from you. And here, just we'll pick a spot right about there, right there, and we'll put the ends on and back on.
That's pretty neat.
It continues. I learned how to make knots as well.
Well, you better not do that again.
So we started off with 3 ropes. Here, we'll cut that, and then we did this little situation right here. We put the ends in the pocket, and now it becomes the 1.
I'll be damned.
It happens.
That's pretty neat.
So now we're going to try I'm going to try. I've never taught anybody this knot. Hold the rope like so. Perfect. And then you're going to make a little bow tie.
Wait a second. Wait. How do you do that? Look. Yeah, that's
Or
not
glasses,
happening.
Colonel. Close. Perfect.
There we
You
go.
did. Okay, then we take some ends and then we put those into the rope like so. So then we get this knot mess.
Yep.
We got a knot mess. Okay, now what you're going to do at this point is grab a hold of that knot and rip it off.
Okay, mine doesn't work like
I
that.
think it just got tied.
You just ruined my rope. Thanks.
It's an antique. Jeez.
It's my grandmother's rope. She knitted it herself.
Okay. Are you good at archery?
No.
Okay. I'm not. Apparently not either. Let's see if I can get it 1 for 2. Little
Right in there.
right in the hole.
Very well done.
Knot. Have you ever heard of a knot that's not a knot?
I have not.
We're gonna go on the knot jokes. How much further? Let's not do that again. Here, what I want you to do is pull that rope as tight as you can, and it gets tighter, and then gone.
Madness.
We don't know.
Madness.
We don't know. Here, I'll make it a little bit more fair for you. Do you know what this is?
I've seen them in bulls' noses before, I think. Is that a bull ring?
It actually came from a horse bridle.
Okay.
Went to the tack shop, paid $40, and I'm left with a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty solid. Feels solid. Is there any holes in it?
I don't hear anything yet. Looks pretty solid.
There's a hole right here. I can see myself hitting something at this point. Okay. Straight.
We needed to get him with a wireless mic, Greggy. You know? We didn't think about that ahead of time.
Well,
Hopefully it picks up your audio good. That's all I'm.
The levels look
and
good.
if it doesn't pick up my audio, you can at least follow along because I'm not very savvy with speaking.
No, it looks like it's picking up pretty decently. So
Yeah.
We'll take that ring and toss it onto the rope. Ends in the hand. Happens pretty quick.
Do that again.
Okay, I'll do it again. This is my guitar. It's a little out of tune. Ding, 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 ding.
Looks like Les Claypool and his washboard bass.
Yes, absolutely. I lived in Mississippi for I lived in Mississippi for a while, and that was the beginning of my music career. So
Washboard bass?
washboard bass.
Yeah. Nice.
Started off with that, and then I went to guitar. Now I'm at bass guitar. I'm trying to learn drums. I got my uncle down in South Carolina. He was a badass drum player, and he played for a band when he was in high school. I loved looking at the pictures because he's probably in his mid-50s right now. And John Voorhees, if you're watching, love you, man. So what we talked about the ends being in the pocket, you saw the ring go onto the rope that way, but we're going to make it even slower and put it on that way. Here, we'll take it back off the rope. Here, you hold on to that end. You're my assistant for the day. What happens is when the ring is off the rope, it can fall back on. Happens really quick. Here, we'll take this in and put it, oh, no, we'll leave it right there. Okay. So if the ring and the rope, he's got one end, I can only take it off one side. But just like so, it melts through. Here, we'll do this. We'll do this again. Here, I'll trade with you.
Slow it down for those at home.
You hold on to he holds on the ring and it comes off. I'll try to do this as slow as possible. How about this? Have you been on an elevator? Have you been on an elevator?
Not recently, but yes.
But you've been on an elevator. Have you ever been stuck on an elevator?
Once.
Was it
Terrifying.
Was it terrifying?
Terrifying.
Was it at a standstill or was it going
No,
up?
we were going down and some jackass on the elevator started jumping and it caused the elevator to stop and we were stuck for about 2 hours. Yeah.
Ooh. Well,
And we were all mad at him the entire time.
mad at the
guy who was jumping on the elevator as it was going down because he was like literally jumping.
How many floors up were you?
How about 12?
That's
in a hotel.
Gotta be terrifying.
That's why I said it was terrifying. I didn't know if the thing was just going to like let go and just...
Probably would have gave him a little nap.
Right.
So there's two ways you can be stuck on an elevator if you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
There's the standstill and then there's the up and down, right?
Yeah.
If I had a choice, I'd probably want to be stuck on the up and down. But eventually you got to get off. Here, grab hold of that ring. And
I mean, eventually.
you get off.
You got to get off.
Eventually. So that's the rings and rope. I started off, I said I'd never do rope magic.
Never?
I said I would never do it. And this young fellow down in South Carolina at Furman University, a arts teacher, he was drama teacher or theater teacher, and he came up to me and gave me some advice. He said, one, stop saying now. Now for my next trick. Now for this. Now for that. And decided that, okay, I'm going to try to work that out of my vocabulary. So that was really hard to do, and it still comes back to me every now and again. See, now. So, but he said, you know, your personality and with everything, I think you should do ropes. And I said, man, I don't even know where to begin with ropes. I know some knots. I know that. I can do some knots. And he taught me, took me under his wing and started teaching me these little things with rope. And I said, man, the things that I can do with just one piece of rope.
Yeah.
And then you put 3 pieces in there, and then it's like mind blowing. So I picked up on it, and then I've had people say, "You do very good rope magic," and usually I stand up for this. I usually am just it's an elaborate motion. That way you know what's going on. You know, I'm worried. I'm on camera. and which is great, but figuring out where the positioning is for everything. That's the difficult part about being on social media for a magician.
Right.
But lots of people, lots of magicians are doing that. There has been so much magic come out of the pandemic and all these other things that it just blows my mind. And all these older magicians that either are still around or would be around would be amazed about the inventions, the innovations that has come to this field. And I go to a senior convention. It just started last year, so I'm going to be going to it every year, and it's down in St. Louis. And I sat down with this one guy, and he did this card trick, and it really got to me on that. I was like, how do I do that? He's not going to tell me, or maybe he will. I got to break this down. So it's like a puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll demonstrate this trick. I'm going to riffle through the cards, and you can just say stop. I love the stop tricks because it seems more
Stop.
right there. Okay. Go ahead and look at your card.
Okay.
Okay. You can see it. Okay. At this point, we're going to we'll shuffle the cards, give them a mix, see if we can find your card. I got to memorize the deck of cards. No. This is the tedious part. Okay. I think I got it.
All right.
I think I got it. I like saying I think because I do have to think.
Well, that way, if you don't, yeah, I thought I had it.
I have a 50. Do you remember it this time?
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Well, you remembered it last time. I've given you a hard time. So your card is either a red or a black card, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Maybe.
And it's either in the first half of the deck or first half, ace through king, which would be ace through set. We'll say ace through 7 is the first half, and 8 through king is the second half. I would say that your card is in the lower half of that spectrum. So ace through 7. Am I?
Yeah, you're on to something.
In the range.
You're on to something.
If I was to spell a card, they have they have the king of hearts, they have the king of diamonds, the king of spades. Is in those cards. So we'll go OF. I can be fairly certain that that's that. I'm going to try to guess the suit at this point, and I'm going to spell it out. HEARTS. I'm not going to even ask you any more questions at this point. I'm just going to do this trick. ACE.
That was pretty good, man. Honestly, that was really good. Because that's when I'm sitting here going, how? How did he do that? And that's the one that you had to ask yourself, like, okay, how was that done?
Absolutely.
Did that lead you down the rabbit hole to more magic tricks?
No, because I had already been in magic for quite some time now. And like I said, last year was the first year that my wife and we went to this convention. And meeting this guy, it did lead me around a rabbit hole of the fact that he was a protege of one of my favorite magicians. He's definitely gone now. Not the magician that I met at the convention, but Di Vernon. And you can look him up on YouTube. It's DaiVernon. And I've got DVDs of this guy, and he's just this old character, kind of scruffy, and talks like this, and then just doesn't want anything to do with anybody. If you're not doing it right, don't do it at all. That kind of guy.
Right.
And I do kind of like that. This personality. He was born in 1834. Excuse me. And so he lived about till he was 97, and died in 92. And I didn't know of him even in the 90s. I didn't know about him. It wasn't until later on, once I got into the Marines and started going to stores and learning different things about cards and ropes and coins and all these other things, that I found out about this guy. And when I watched him, I'm like, okay, I like him. And then I start to meet people that know him. And the stories that they tell about him, I'm like, man, he was kind of an ass. But in the same sense, but he's still
But it endeared you to him, right?
Yes, but he still taught people. He would get with people. Richard Turner was another guy that studied with him. and here's a guy that's blind and going out to this famed magician he performed all over. Di Vernon went and performed for kings and queens. He performed for the president. To make ends meet back in the early 20s, he would cut silhouettes of people. And that's how he would make some money. He would be on a pier in Maine, Old Orchard Beach. If you've ever been to Maine, you would probably know it. It's a frequented vacation spot for tourists. And I was like a kid in a candy store when I went to this pier. I was like, this is where Di Vernon performed. I'm so excited. Where did he perform at? Where would I perform if I was performing here? The weather wasn't all that great. It was summertime, but the time that we left, it was kind of rainy there. But
now, do you ever do any of that kind of like street performance? Like I know that some people out there might be familiar with like David Blaine, where he goes around and has a camera guy follow him around and like impresses people with tricks on the street. Do you ever do any of that kind of stuff?
I have not done that in a while, and I have been getting to know people here in Tiffin. I know that we got the farmers market.
That's kind of what I was like implying is maybe you and I could hook up and I follow you around with a camera and we get some good footage and catch people off guard. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Oh, absolutely. I love going into I think it's called Somebody. I call it Somebody, but it's Sabati. It's a
Somebody.
Yeah. I went in there one day to get some crepes and coffee, and there was these little specks of straws everywhere. And what I did next, the lady looked at me and goes, "That's not possible." And it just, I walked out of there was like this chip on my shoulder, like, that's what I thought.
That's what I do, the impossible.
Exactly. I tried, what was it? Early 2000. No, it was mid 2000s. I tried the Chris Angel look. If you've ever watched Mind Freak, you'll know what Chris Angel looks like. And that look didn't go too well for me.
This looks more like you, you know?
I try to be formal, try to be casual, you know. For Denny's, sometimes I wear a tie, wear a vest. The picture that you saw was me in the vest, and that came with this suit, by the way, Jack's. And it's something empowering about yourself, whether you're tying a bow tie or tying a tie. And I've gotten into learning different ways to tie ties. That is, some of them are a little difficult, some of them are nice, but I taught myself to tie a bow tie just before I left to go on my tour to South Carolina. And I came back and I was all excited. I was like, yeah, well, tie me a tie. Go to put it on. Nope. Didn't have the knack for it then. I was like, oh, practice, right? So that's the other part of this. I mean, when you're a sports player, you're an actor, you're a magician like me, I'm an actor playing the part of a magician. So practice till you're blue in the face. And it becomes to the point, if you don't enjoy practicing, don't do that. Whatever you're doing.
Whatever
it is. If you do not.
If you can't embrace the grind of what you're doing, then just don't do it.
Absolutely.
That's just
cold
hard truth. I mean, most coaches will tell you that. Most, anybody that's in a professional business, business setting, they'll tell you the exact same thing. If you don't love what you do, don't bother doing it. I mean, especially if you're following it as a passion, I knew I wasn't a guitar player because I didn't like practicing guitar. I wanted to be good at it, but I didn't like practicing. So I'm like, I'm just not going to be a guitar player. There's been countless other things in my life I've wanted to be good at. I sat down, I practiced, and I put the time in, and I became good at it. Guitar was never one of those things for me. So like, you got to know what you're good at, what you're not good at, what you're meant to be good at, I guess. But you never know without trying. That's the thing. Put yourself out there. Give it a chance. And this magic thing, I mean, honestly, there might be somebody watching out there right now who sits there and says, this is really cool. I want to get into this. Where do you suggest somebody start if they're just looking to get into magic?
I'm a traditionalist, so I will say a book.
Okay. So go to the library, go to Google, go find whatever you need. But what's the first thing you would suggest?
So
Get into cards.
If you
get
get,
into.
it all depends on where you think that you'd like to get into.
Okay.
I like cards because I started out with that. When I was bored, sitting in my room or even overseas, I'd sit there and throw cards into my Kevlar and pass the time. You don't know how much time that passes till you actually do it.
Right.
Practicing shuffling the cards, practicing if you know anything about card sharks, second deals, bottom deals, center deals, things like that, and to the point where you do it and it becomes natural. So if you want to start with cards, great. If you want to start with cards, if you want to be a close-up magician, I say start with cards. I say start with a paper clip. I say start with, case in point, a little hair.
A little hair.
A little hair. The little hair is something special about a little hair. You get a split hair.
That's pretty cool.
This is Sarah and this is Tommy. Sarah and Tommy, they like to go frolicking and they look for different things. If you get two rabbits together, what do they do? Here, go ahead, open.
They multiply.
They multiply, or they go and look for lettuce. Even Farmer Brown. Farmer Brown is his name. We're gonna go with that. So they get together and go ahead, open up your hand. They bring. We got three now, and a blue ball and a red ball, or as close to red as possible. This is the ball where we take the red ball and put that in our pocket. If I can get it in here. There we go. Give it a little 1-2. The one ball disappears. We take Sarah, put Johnny in the pocket again. That's where you live. And we give it another 1-2. And Sarah, she goes in this pocket. That's where she lives right now.
Okay.
We had an accident earlier.
Fair enough.
So, but little things like that. You can do magic with everyday objects.
Yeah.
You know, there's a quote that says, if you're a magician, you call yourself a magician, you should be able to perform a trick of some sorts any given moment.
Yeah.
And I think the same goes for if you're a sports player. I mean, I wouldn't want to go up against Mike Tyson and be like, I don't know if you can really do that.
Right.
No, I'm not going to do that.
You're going to challenge him to, hey, come on, how hard can you really hit? Really? You're not going to poke the bear.
But if you get into magic, I suggest having other things that you do. Like for me, I play around with the arts. I study other languages.
Okay.
I study philosophy. I do these things to broaden my mind. So when it comes into my magic, I may throw a philosophy quote in there. You may not know it because I worded for myself.
Right.
But I throw that in there because it broadens my mind. I mean, studying, there's a great guy, it's called Harry Lorraine's The Memory Book.
Okay.
And it teaches you how to develop your memory palace. I mean, how many people...
That's something I need to look into. My memory is awful.
See, there you go. And it starts with...
It's always been that way, but yeah.
It starts with little things. Can you name at least 5 states in order, alphabetical?
I'd have to start with, what's the first one?
Well, it would be Alaska. Alaska would be the first one. Alabama. Arkansas.
Wouldn't Alabama be first? A-L-A-B? A-L-A-S?
L-A-M. Alabama. Now, see, now we're not know how to spell.
See what I'm saying? Like, that's why I have to think. But yeah, you're right. Just little things like that to kind of trick your brain into remembering.
Alabama,
or pulling
Alaska,
back your memories.
Arkansas, Connecticut, Colorado, California is the first one before Connecticut. You know, it's funny that I have these things in my head, and it's like, oh, sometimes they come out right, sometimes they don't. But
hey, that's me.
if you develop, for me, I know lots. I was telling my wife tonight. I said I have so many tricks, so many effects in my head that sometimes I have to put them in little filing cabinets. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I have to go and relearn that one. Sometimes I might know a trick 100%, but there's that, or no, 99%. We'll go with 99%. And there's that 1% that I'm unsure of.
Yep.
And go, you know what? I'm just going to hold off on that till I can practice some more. Most people now will get a trick and that day perform it. And you can do that.
Yep.
But, practice is where it's at.
Practice makes perfect, folks. So, Chris, I mean, we're just about a little bit over an hour now.
Oh.
In the event that anyone out there watching wants to come watch your show, other than the Tuesday shows at Denny's, do you got anything coming up? Any big shows coming up?
I've got a big show coming up in Clyde. As a matter of fact, thanks to my hairdresser at the hair place, Heidi Cook, she put my name on a Clyde community page. My business card, as a matter of fact, she took a picture and put it on Clyde community page. So I've got a retirement home coming up.
That's awesome.
And I love performing for assisted living or non-assisted living.
If anybody's out there watching and you work at one of those places, I'm telling you, give this guy a call.
Give me a call.
Get a hold of him. Find his Facebook page. We'll link it in the comments to the video. After the video, I find his Facebook page. I'll link it on there so that way you guys know how to find him. But yeah, man, it's been a blast.
I absolutely enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, I really appreciate you spending some time with me tonight and going through your repertoire. Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. It's a good way to describe it because you got quite a repertoire.
Yes, this is only a few things.
Unlike me, who has quite a reputation. No, I'm just.
Yes, absolutely. Go to MST. That's how I met you.
So once again, Chris Leyden. I got it right that time.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, check it out. Facebook. Are you on any other social media platforms?
Instagram. I'm on. What's the other one? Oh, YouTube. I'm on YouTube as well.
There you go.
It's under VD Leyden, and yes, I post videos on there, and I'm working on going live. For now, I just post videos, and you can see me at Denny's constantly. I usually post on my page if I'm not going to be there.
So grab the kids this next Tuesday. Go out to Denny's. Catch Chris Leyden's show.
We'd love to see you.
It's going to be a blast. Today was a blast, man. Once again, thank you. Appreciate your time tonight.
Absolutely.
All right. I want to give a shout out and a thank you to Greg Kinn, the Wizard, for coming in here today. We've had some construction things going on in the studio here in the back. We're still working on a few things, getting things settled in. So I want to give him a big shout out for everything he did last night, getting the boys ready for the Over Under podcast, getting us ready here tonight. I'm telling you, folks, what we're doing, I can't do any of this without this guy. So please, if you see him out, thank him for everything that he does for us. Share the video. Share, share, share. Like, follow, subscribe, especially find us on YouTube, folks. Hit that subscribe button. We're closing in on 1,000 followers. If we get to that point, we can do a lot of fun stuff. All right. That's going to do it for us tonight. I'm Nate Mullins. This is Chris Leyden signing off for Mullin It Over here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.